The next time you're heading through Miller, make a stop at Pump and Pack. Fill up the tank or just top her off. Pump and Pack features gas, premium gas, and diesel too. Head inside for your favorite snacks and drinks. Pump and Pack is the place for hot stuff pizza and hamburgers, breakfast foods, ice cream too. Miller Pump and Pack is proud to feature Bball beef products, including ground beef steaks, jerky, and beef sticks. They're open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Your locally owned and operated C-store. Pump and Pack, 709 North Broadway in Miller.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Dakota Sports.
And welcome back to Miller as we get set here for our postseason, our start of the postseason here in the 2024-25 season as we Region 6A action here live from the Miller National Guard Armory in Miller. Let's take a look at the lineups for, first of all, for the visiting squad, the 3-17 Stanley County Buffaloes. Their head coach is Keely Braceland, and as I mentioned before, they have 3 off the bench, 3. And they got there by elevating 2 7th graders to the varsity team. Ryan Bothwell, Kinsey Hall, both 7th graders. Aspen Lenz is a freshman, and that's the 3 reserves tonight for the Lady Buffaloes of Stanley County. The starters, number 4, a 5'8" sophomore, Austin Norman. Number 10, a 5'9" senior, Journey Schnee. Number 11, a 5'3" senior, Kiara Briggs. Number 12, a 5'9" senior, Kaysen McGee. And number 15, a 5'7" freshman, Addie Deal. Again, the Buffaloes will go Norman, Schnee, Briggs, McGee, and Deal. They'll wear the black unis tonight with the yellow numbers. For Eric Norton and the hometown Miller Rustlers, the girls come in at 16-4. They have already defeated this Stanley County team in their season opener. I think they won that one by 10. Taking a look at the lineup for Eric Norton and the 16-4 Miller Rustler girls. Off the bench, they'll have Jolie Palmer, J.C. Pugh, Bailey Brueggemann, Haley Wordle, Kaylin Anderberg, Faith Bomberger, and Madeline Sayenga. Norton and the Rustlers will start number 10, a 5'7" junior, Grayson Wordle. Number 14, a 5'10" junior, Kate Lichty. Number 20, a 5'9" junior, Paige Wordle. Number 30, a 5'10" senior, Aaliyah Schlechter. And number 34, a 5'4" senior, Morgan Kolda. Again, Kolda, Schlechter, Wordle, Lichty, and Wordle. Miller will wear the home whites with the green numbers. Green stripe up the side as we get ready to open the postseason here tonight in Miller's. Miller Rustlers, the 1 seed, 4 seed is Stanley County. And of course, the other 2 teams going at it tonight, Cheyenne Eagle Butte and Chamberlain. And the winners will meet for the 6A title and a chance at that Sodak 16 spot on Thursday. Of course, tune in tomorrow morning. Jeff Duffy will have the scores, all the wrap-ups, all the information that you're going to need there as we get into some postseason play. And, of course, the Tiger boys with some regular season affairs left to go. And one of those is tonight over on Tiger Radio. So the Tiger boys, I think they're at O'Gorman. We'll get you scoring updates later on here. And, of course, the scoring updates are brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. All right, back to the studios for 3 minutes. When we come back, we'll take a look at your officials for tonight's game, and we're about ready for tip-off here. We're expected to tip off just a few minutes after 7. Back in 3 minutes with officials, and we'll be ready to go live from Miller. 3 minutes on KOKK.
Hi, I am Tyson Lane. As a college wrestler, I pushed my body and after a few injuries, I started to feel like I wasn't performing. That's when I turned to hard chiropractic. With a combination of adjustments, rehab, and exercise, I was able to recover faster, improve my overall performance on the mat. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to improve
is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental Bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes and the Huron Tigers. From Kaufman Livestock of Huron.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rocking Z Acres of Wessington provides USDA certified organic, SCI regenerative certified and conventional crop production, balancing biology with fertility. They offer a full line of organic and conventional products for plant nutrition, plant health, and soil biology to help local producers, including amino protein products to stimulate biology and plant hormones, amino-chelated micronutrients, compost extracts derived from local sources, and kelp products. Rocking Z Acres is proud to support Huron and area high school sports.
The certified public accountant firm of Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP can take care of your tax and accounting needs. Income tax preparation, computerized bookkeeping, audit and not audit financial statements, estate planning, just among the services offered by Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson. Wishing the best to the Miller Rustlers, Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP CPA firm of Miller.
American Family Insurance.
This is Crystal Volkortson, agent at Volkortson & Associates, Inc. As your American Family Insurance agent in Huron and Miller, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. Call me today at 605-352-4943 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Miller. As always, the reading of the officials brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Our law on the court tonight here in Miller, Tanner Jordahl, Andrew Lepkowski, and Dan Lusk. Again, your law on the floor here tonight in Miller in this Region 6A girls basketball matchup. Tanner Jordahl, Andrew Lepkowski, and Dan Lusk. And as always, the reading of the officials brought to you, the law on the court, brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Well, they're wrapping up the Miller fight song here at the National Guard Armory in Miller. We will take one more break for the national anthem. They'll have to announce the starters on the floor, and we'll be about ready for tip-off. Again, Tanner Jordahl, Andrew Lepkowski, and Dan Lusk. Your law on the floor is always brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Look at your starters. Those are your officials. That can only mean one thing, tip-off. After a 3-minute timeout, they'll announce a few things here on the floor in Miller, and we'll send it back to the studios for one last time out here before we get rolling, and we'll be ready to go here. 6A semifinal here tonight. And Cheyenne Eagle Butte and Chamberlain playing the other side, and trying to get you any scoring update there. Speaking of scoring updates, we'll get the Tiger boys update as well. And let's get that 3-minute timeout for the national anthem. We'll be back with tip-off in Miller next. 3 minutes on KOKK.
The next time you're heading through Miller, make a stop at Pump and Pack. Fill up the tank or just top her off. Pump and Pack features gas, premium gas, and diesel too. Head inside for your favorite snacks and drinks. Pump and Pack is the place for hot stuffed pizza and hamburgers, breakfast foods, ice cream too. Miller Pump and Pack is proud to feature Bball beef products, including ground beef steaks, jerky, and beef sticks. They're open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Your locally owned and operated C-store. Pump and Pack, 709 North Broadway in Miller.
Do you know what your cattle are eating? Are they growing like you expect? At Dakota Land Feeds, their experienced feed consultants can help you be sure your cattle are getting everything they need to perform and what will help you increase your bottom line. Let Dakota Land Feeds help formulate the right ration to fit the needs of your cattle, whether you have growing calves, feedlot cattle, yearlings, or beef cows. Dakota Land Feeds has feed consultants across the territory to help serve you. See your local Dakota Land Feeds dealer today.
Action news on the scene. Once again, a craft of some sort has crash landed. I can see movement coming from the craft. Is it the sun? It is. It's confirmed and emerging now exactly what we thought. It is the sun. Ty Clark has just emerged from the craft. He's the son of Kent Clark. And yes, they're teaming up like Superman and Boy Wonder. Father and son finally together. Kent Clark Insurance, Wessington. Equal opportunity provider. 458-2281. For your crop insurance needs.
Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Oper and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
The certified public accounting firm of Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP can take care of your tax and accounting needs. Income tax preparation, computerized bookkeeping, audit and non-audit financial statements, and tax planning are just among the services offered by Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson. Wishing the best to the Miller Rustlers, Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP CPA firm of Miller.
Forward, a 5'10" senior.
Dakota Sports is committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
And at guard, a 5'4" senior.
And welcome back to Miller as we are set for tip-off in our Region 6A girls semifinal here for Miller. We start off the postseason tonight with the Miller Rustlers hosting the Stanley County Buffaloes, a team that two teams that met very early on in the year. In fact, for Miller, it was their season opener. What else do we got tonight? Sanborn Central Woonsocket leading Howard 6-0. Hitchcock-Tulare taking on Wilmot tonight. Highmore Herald takes on Potter County this evening. DeSmet against Esteline Hendricks. DeSmet up almost 20 already there. Pass along our scores here, brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. All right, so we're set here for tip-off in Miller. It'll be Lichty versus Schnee. The opening tip is up, and Miller will have the opening tip. Is back to Paige Wordle, and we are underway. They'll go straight in the paint. Lichty going lefty off the glass is good, and that's how we'll start things. Kate Lichty from in close, 2-0 Miller. Full court pressure here from the Rustlers. Knocked away, Kolda to steal. Kolda, a pass inside. Schlechter knocks one in off the window, and Aaliyah has her first basket. It's 4-0. Again, full court pressure for Miller. Stanley County tonight, 8 total kids. Here's another Kolda steal. Inside to Lichty, off the window. That's good. So Lichty's got a pair of baskets to start this game. Stanley County finally across midcourt. Miller already up 6-0. They'll get one in the post here to Kiera Briggs, and a whistle will be against Miller. I think it'll be Schlechter. We'll wait for the official, though. Oh, Paige Wordle. Her first, team's first of the night. 7:18 to play first quarter. Miller 6, Stanley County nothing. Inbounds, stolen away, taken by Grayson Wordle. Wordle had it knocked out of her hands, but she will find the handle. Lobs it down to Schlechter. Touch pass inside for Lichty. Back outside, top of the key, left wing now for Kolda. Kolda on the dribble. Back over to Lichty, right corner for Wordle. Here's a whistle away from the ball. Lane violation on the Rustlers. So Stanley County will inbound again. A minute in, Miller leading 6-0. Colden near steal, but knocked it right back into the hands of Journey Schnee, and Schnee will turn it up court. Here's Kaysen McGee. McGee across the timeline, guarded by Lichty. Sees an opening in the lane, takes off running, and lost the basketball. Picked up by Wordle. Grayson Wordle ahead to Lichty. Lichty, the long bomb for Kolda. Kolda on the right wing, thinks about a three, doesn't want it. Schlechter to Lichty. Lichty top of the key. She'll back it away. Left wing for Paige Wordle. Back up top to Kolda now. 6.5 to play opening quarter. Miller leading 6-0. Kate Lichty just right at the top of the key. Fires a three. No good. Rebound Buffaloes. Rebound taken there by Addie Deal. Deal is knocked out of bounds right in front of the scorer's table as Miller will have another foul. Looks like it'll be Paige Wordle, and that's her second. So Wordle going to check out as Jolie Palmer is in for the first time tonight. Rustlers 6-0. Lob into Addie Deal. Deal into the right corner for Stanley County. Her pass to a cutting Journey Schnee. Ball knocked out of bounds off Miller. So Stanley County will inbound on their end. 6:06 to play opening quarter. 29 on the shot clock. A lot of time left here as they hit a cutting Addie Deal, but Deal couldn't catch it. Tipped over and Lichty the steal. Lichty ahead to Kolda. Kolda, nice shot inside for Palmer. Boy, was that a nice pass by Kolda. The shot was missed. The rebound is knocked out off Stanley County. And the Rustlers will inbound. They'll bring it into Kolda in the corner. Lichty back in the corner. This time Grayson Wordle thinks about a three. Nope. Inside Kolda. Kolda works the up, the under. The shot crawled back out. Offensive rebound for Miller. And a travel. So Grayson Wordle came down with the offensive rebound, but as she got tied up by one of the Buffalo defenders, she apparently took a step. Into the game, here's, I guess Austin Norman was a starter. Here's a jumper from the free throw line. And that one is good for Addie Deal. So Deal will open the scoring for Stanley County. 6-2 Miller. Lichty right wing for the Rustlers. Pass up top, ball knocked away, and a steal by Kaysen McGee. McGee back outside. Here's Deal from the free throw line. That one hits the heel and pops out. Offensive rebound almost grabbed by Stanley County, but able to knock it away there is Jolie Palmer. Here's Aaliyah Schlechter. Schlechter across midcourt. Kolda just left to the top of the key. Pass inside to a cutting Schlechter. Too strong off the window. Got her own rebound. Let's try it again, and it's in. Aaliyah Schlechter has 4. Kate Lichty has 4, and it's 8-2 Miller. Deal trying to go coast to coast. Nice pass to a cutting Journey Schnee and a whistle. I think it'll go on Miller, and I think maybe we'll have free throws, or maybe not. And we will not. Schnee thought she was, though. She's lined up for free throws. The free throw, or the foul rather, called on Grayson Wordle, her first. Inbounds and a quick three, no good. Kolda the rebound. Kolda pushing it, lobs it ahead to Schlechter. Schlechter off the window is too strong, but Kolda there for the offensive rebound. Lichty, Wordle, Schlechter on the wing. Back up top for Kolda. Left corner now for Lichty. Lichty trying to hit a cutting Morgan Kolda. Kolda had slipped the defender, but doing a pretty good job there in the corner was Addie Deal. Not allowing the pass. Here's Kolda. She'll fire the deep three, and that one is good. Kolda's first basket's a three, and then she steals the inbounds. 11-2 Miller. Hand off to Lichty. Lichty on the right side for Schlechter. Schlechter attacks, lost it, finds the handle, and a foul on Stanley County. And Buffalo's kind of bailed Schlechter out there as they had her doubled on the baseline. There was really nowhere for her to go. Foul's called on Austin Norman, her first. So Miller will inbound. They'll bring it into Madeline Syenga, and Syenga knocks one in off the window. Madeline, the first bench point for either squad. Miller up 13-2. Here's Schnee at the other end, trapped in the corner. Tried to pass it back, tipped away, stolen by Wordle. Wordle ahead to Kolda. Kolda underneath, spin move. Shot, no good. Rebound Norman, and the Buffaloes will have it. Norman going to leave it for Briggs. Briggs back across the timeline. Saenga's in. Haley Wordle, I believe, is in. Palmer's in. Here's a free throw line jumper, no good for the Buffaloes. Rebounded by, maybe that's, no, it's Palmer. Palmer, the give and go, got it back, can't hit the layup. Rebounded here by Norman. Norman a pass ahead to Deal. Addie Deal has it knocked out of her hands and out of bounds off Miller. 2:57 to play in the first quarter. 13-2, Miller on top. Rustler's going to check Kaylin Anderberg in. Anderberg will get Kolda arrest with 2:57 to play in the first. Inbounds pass knocked right back out by Grayson Wordle. So Stanley County will move a few feet and inbound again, trailing 13-2. Miller on top by 11 here with 3 minutes to play in the first, and the inbounds again poked right back out of bounds. This time it was Jolie Palmer. This time Palmer tips up the inbounds pass and steals it. Palmer the other way for Miller. Jolie across the timeline for Saenga, left corner for J.C. Pugh. Back up top to Wordle. Saenga around to Palmer. Palmer lost it for a moment, drives, kicks it over to Wordle. Nice save there. Saenga from the top of the key. Madeline drives, leaves it in the right corner for Palmer. Jolie Palmer a long two. That one is good. 15-2, Miller on top as Keely Braceland wants the timeout for Stanley County. 2:27 to play quarter number one. 15-2, Miller leads. Back in 30 seconds on KOKK.
This is Crystal Volkertson, agent at Volkertson & Associates, Inc. As your American Family Insurance agent in Huron, Miller, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. Call me today at 605-352-4943, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Miller. 15-2, the Miller girls on top. Healthy lead with 2:27 to play in the opening quarter, as the Miller Rustlers have done all season. Jump on you early, build that lead, and then just maintain. Deal, trying to make something happen, tried to save it back in, but Palmer the steal as Miller gets it back again. Palmer top of the key, right wing to Pugh. Pugh bounces it off for Madeline Saenga. Saenga high post for Anderberg, knocked away, stolen by Journey Schnee. Schnee to the other end. Backing down is McGee. Back outside, Addie Deal for three. No good. Rebound Anderberg. Anderberg for Wordle. Wordle to Pugh in the left corner. Back up top for Grayson Wordle on the dribble out near the timeline. 1:40 left here in the first quarter. Miller on top 15-2 on Stanley County. Winner will play the winner of Chamberlain and Cheyenne Eagle Butte on Thursday. Higher seed, so if Miller wins, they would host. Here's Anderberg. Lefty comes up short. Rebound grabbed by Norman. And then a couple of players were there to contest, and I think we're going to get a Miller foul. That's going to be 4 on Miller here in the quarter.
Number 22,
J.C. Pugh's first. Inbounds here is Schnee, and Schnee trapped it. So Miller will have Morgan Kolda back in. She'll inbound. Kolda will replace Grayson Wordle. So it's Anderberg, Palmer, Saenga, Kolda, and Pugh. Morgan, the inbounds, will get it right back. Top of the key, Anderberg, left wing for Pugh. Back up top, Palmer. Anderberg on the wing. Miller still working outside the three-point line. Pugh top of the key for Kolda. Kolda right side. Palmer lost her defender momentarily. Here comes the double, knocked out of her hands and into Saenga's hands. Madeline throws up a shot and gets the whistle, and that almost went in. Instead of the old-fashioned three, she'll have a couple of free throws. Fouls on Kara Briggs. her first second on the team. Inside of a minute left in the opening quarter, Miller leading 15-2. Sayanga's first free throw is good. Comes Leah Schlechter back in. Schlechter to replace Palmer. Another free throw here for Sayanga is good. Madeline with 4 off the bench. She'll check out, replaced by Kate Lichty. Just under a minute left here in the first. Miller's lead is 15 points. The inbounds tipped and stolen by Anderberg. A shot flies out of the pile. I think it was Pugh. And that was halfway down the can and spun out. Miller will hang out for some full court pressure here. Stanley County will turn it over. The inbounds tipped and Kolda the steal. Kolda pass inside off the window. This one is good for Schlechter. So Schlechter's got 6, and Miller with another steal. Kolda into the backcourt. Lichty, Pugh, top of the key. Kolda on the left side. Well, Morgan, as you heard in the pregame show, the Miller Rustlers' all-time leading scorer for girls basketball. Final 10 seconds. Shot clock's about a second off, so Rustlers should be able to pretty comfortably take it out of the end. Here's Kolda. Driving past 2 defenders, scoops a shot up and in, and that's how we'll end the quarter. An onslaught from the Miller Rustlers. After a quarter in Miller, it's 21-2. We're back in a minute. 60 seconds on KOKK.
The next time you're heading through Miller, make a stop at Pump and Pack. Fill up the tank or just top her off. Pump and Pack features gas, premium gas, and diesel too. Head inside for your favorite snacks and drinks. Pump and Pack is the place for hot stuffed pizza and hamburgers, breakfast foods, ice cream too. Miller Pump and Pack is proud to feature Bball beef products, including ground beef steaks, jerky, and beef sticks. They're open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Your locally owned and operated C-store. Pump and Pack, 709 North Broadway in Miller.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing in Wessington. These creep feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creep feeder from Vern's Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Well, scoreboard updates brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. Girls basketball, Sanborn Central Woonsocket leading Howard after a quarter, 19-5. DeSmet beat Esteline Hendricks tonight, 53-29 in girls basketball. Let's see here. Miller, a big lead here tonight in Miller. Seeing if there's any other scores of note to pass along here tonight. Castlewood will play Wessington Springs later in girls basketball. Arlington will play Wolsey Wessington. Here's a Kolda steal. Kolda, long lead pass for Anderberg. Anderberg high off the window, it won't go. Rebound in the corner though, grabbed by Wordle. Wordle out to Kolda for 3. The open 3, no good. Rebound Deal has it knocked out of bounds by... Oh, Deal knocked it out of bounds, so Miller's going to have it. Boys basketball tonight. The Huron Tigers at O'Gorman. We'll have scoring updates there. It's our game of the night over on Tiger Radio. Here's Kate Lichty to open the scoring in the second for Miller. 23-2, the Rustlers lead. Inbounds to Addie Deal. Remember, scoreboard updates brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. We'll talk more about the Mirror at the half. Tiger boys tonight. A lot of playoff girls hoops tonight. Speaking of playoffs, 6A playoffs here in Miller. Paige Wordle back on. She'll replace Kate Lichty just inside of a minute gone in the second quarter. 23-2, Miller leads. Here's a pass inside, knocked away from Briggs and stolen by the Rustlers. Kaylin Anderberg. Anderberg ahead to Kolda. Kolda all the way to the rack with the layup. Kolda's got 7 to lead all scorers. Miller's lead is 25-2. Journey Schnee to the other end. Schnee going to leave it back in the corner for Norman. Norman around the horn. McGee to the top of the key for Schnee. Back in the right corner to Norman. Trying to set up Schnee in the post, but Anderberg doing a good job inside. Here's a ball knocked away from McGee, and it's off Miller and out of bounds. So Stanley County will bring in everybody else that they brought tonight. Ryan Bothwell, Kenzie Hall, and Aspen Lenz. All 3 of the reserves for Stanley County. Inbounds and a quick jumper is off the mark for Aspen Lenz, and Miller will inbound. 6 minutes until the half. Rustlers in control, 25-2. Kolda across midcourt for Grayson Wordle. Grayson to Page, back to Grayson on the wing right side. And now Jolie Palmer at the top of the key. Pass inside for Schlechter. Aaliyah Schlechter. Nice job of getting inside her defender. She'll knock that one in. It's 27-2. The inbound's nearly stolen, but Addie Deal comes up with it. Deal spins into the lane, lost the ball momentarily. It was hit by Wordle and chased down by Stanley County. All the way to the basket here for Kaysen McGee, and the ball knocked out of bounds off Miller. McGee will inbound for Stanley County. 5:24 to play in the first half. This one has been all Rustlers, 27-2. Here's Deal for 3, no good. Long rebound in the corner down to Grayson Wordle. Wordle across the timeline for Page. Page leads Schlechter with a nice pass, and Schlechter will lean in for the basket. She's got 10, and Miller's lead is 27 points. Stanley County going to bring those 3 starters back in, or could have a different rotation possibly. Addie Deal scores her second basket of the night, and the second basket for Stanley County. 29-4, Miller on top. 4:40 to play here, second quarter. Schlechter for Kolda on the wing. Kolda up top. Wordle, pass inside, stolen away, ripped by Schnee. Journey Schnee the other way. Right wing for McGee. Cross court, pass stolen right back by Miller. To the other end, no layup here for Wordle as Addie Deal comes down to commit the foul, and will make Wordle earn them at the free throw line. Deal's first is the first of the second quarter. Grayson Wordle to the free throw line, looking for her first points of the night. First free throw off the heel, pops up, hits front iron, sits there for a second, but it did go in. Wordle's got her first point. And Stanley County back to their starting 5. Rustlers made a change as well. Saenga is back in. We'll get your 4 on the floor in a moment. Grayson Wordle ready for her second free throw. Hit the first, second off the window. That's good. Saenga, Pugh, Wordle, Palmer for the Rustlers. 31-4 Miller leads with 4:20 to play in the first half. McGee in the corner. McGee inside for Deal. Deal quick shot off the window. No good. Rebound Palmer. For Grayson Wordle. Grayson across the timeline. Underneath to a wide open Paige Wordle. Wordle to Wordle for 2. All 5 Miller starters have scored, and the lead is 33-4. Deal on the right side. Lost it on the way to the rack. Pugh the steal. Pugh across the timeline. Trapped. Cross court will swing it. Almost gave it up, but Paige Wordle will chase it down. Page sets up the offense at the top of the key. Right wing to Palmer. Palmer up top for Paige Wordle. She'll try the 3. No good. Saenga the offensive rebound. The putback won't go, but she's going to the free throw line. Foul's called on Kara Briggs. That'll be her second. 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Whole bunch of Miller tonight. 33-4 they lead. And Saenga good on the first free throw will make it a 30-point margin, although that running clock situation does not happen until after the half. Addie Deal going to get a rest for Stanley County. Kenzie Hall will check in. Saenga is 4 out of 4 from the free throw line. A 6-point night for Madeline Saenga as the Rustlers up big, 35-4. Hall, the pass to McGee. McGee left side for Deal. Hall. Out on the wing, here's Norman. Cross court, Hall down in the right corner now for Briggs. Kira Briggs thought about the baseline, but Lichty shut that down. Here's a drive to the basket by Hall. Hall had it tipped, but got it back. Throws up a shot, no good. Saenga the board. Saenga the other way for Grayson Wordle. 2:50 left in the first half. All Miller, 35-4. Inside for Lichty. Lichty turns around and knocks that one down. Lichty's got 8. 2.5 minutes here in the first half. Remember, at halftime, we'll take a look at your scoreboard. We'll get you, well, Tiger boys start right now, really. If they're on time, they should be underway momentarily. So we'll pass along. Here's another Miller steal. It's Lichty. Kate back across the timeline. Miller up 37-4. Here's a ball knocked out of bounds and a Miller turnover. Kolda and Anderberg back in as Braceland wants a timeout. 2:16 to play in the half. Whole lot of Miller. 37-4 they lead Stanley County. We'll take a full timeout. Back in a minute. 60 seconds on KOKK.
At Olympic Chevrolet in Huron, count on an experienced staff. Count on a knowledgeable staff. At Olympic Chevrolet, count on a helpful and friendly staff. So whether you're in the market for a brand new vehicle or a used, dependable vehicle, count on the staff at Olympic Chevrolet to help you get the vehicle that best fits your needs. Olympic Chevrolet. Call them at 605-352-6411. See them at 500 4th Street Northeast in Huron or go online at olympicgmc.com. Drive off the lot today with the vehicle that you've been dreaming about from Olympic Chevrolet.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Dairy Queen's ice cream, of course. Get your favorite cool treats at Dairy Queen of Huron. Get a chocolate dipped cone, a dilly bar, hot fudge sundae, or their famous DQ blizzards. And for parties, anniversaries, or any occasion, order a DQ cake, a Treats a pizza, or a DQ blizzard cake. Dairy Queen of Huron is open every day of the week. Drive up, carry out, or dine in. Dairy Queen of Huron. Hot eats and cool treats.
Dakota Sports.
Welcome back to Miller. 2:16 remain here in the first half of this Region 6A semifinal for Miller. Miller tops here in the region. 37-4 they lead Stanley County. Well, this was a season opener for Miller. It was the second, I think, game, maybe even third game for Stanley County early on. Miller won that one, part of an 8-0 start for these Rustlers this season. End up 16-4 on the year. All over Stanley County tonight, 37-4. Here's a ball knocked away from Lichty, picked up by the Buffaloes. Here's McGee, nice drive, leaves it off for the basket for Journey Schnee. Schnee has her first basket. 37-6 is your score. 1:20 to play here in the first half. Palmer cross court to Pugh. Pugh up top, Palmer right wing to Kolda. Kolda up top for Pugh again. Pugh inside for Lichty. Lichty off the window. That one is good. Lichty's got 10. She's got 10. Schlechter's got 10. Kolda's got 7. Saenga's got 6. Everybody chipping in tonight. Final minute of the first half. Miller up by 33. Trapped near the timeline is Hall. Hall will finally get the pass away to Norman. Austin Norman trapped on the baseline. She'll kick it out on the wing right side for Schnee. Schnee a lob in deeper for McGee. McGee going to dribble to the top of the key. 10 on the shot clock. Here's a 3 on the left wing. That one no good for Hall. Rebound tipped by 3, now 4 players, and Stanley County's going to come away with it. Austin Norman out near midcourt. Here's Schnee from the free throw line, and a pass in off the window, and that's good for Kenzie Hall. First bench score tonight for Stanley County. Final 10 seconds of the first half. Miller a healthy lead of 39-8. They'll let Colda go one-on-one for the final play of the half. Beats the first defender and gets the whistle to get to the free throw line. Foul's called on Kenzie Hall. Hall's first. 3 seconds to play here in the half. Miller up by 31 as Colda has a couple of free throws. First free throw is good. So that'll make it 8 for Colda. Already 2 wrestlers in double figures. Colda's second free throw is up and front iron, but it crawls up and in. Final seconds here, Stanley County. I don't think they're even going to get a shot. They will not, and that'll do it for the first half here in Miller. At the half, wowzer, Miller 41, Stanley County 8. We're back with the halftime show in 2 minutes. 2 minutes on 1210 KOKK.
Hi, I am Tyson Lean. As a college wrestler, I push my body to the limit every day. But after a few injuries, I started to feel like I wasn't performing at my best. That's when I turned to Carr Chiropractic and their team of experts. Through a combination of adjustments, rehab, and natural supplements, I was able to recover faster, reduce my pain, and improve my overall performance on the mat. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to improve your health, I highly recommend giving Carr Chiropractic a try.
Kaufman Livestock of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes and the Huron Tigers from Kaufman Livestock of Huron.
This is Dakota Sports, committed to excellence in sports broadcasting. It's halftime.
It is halftime, and welcome back to Miller as we take a look at the numbers from the first half of play. A whole lot of rustler in the first couple quarters of this one. Miller leading at the break of this Region 6A semifinal by a score of 41-8. As always, our scoreboard updates here brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. Lori and Kylie at the Mirror, offering cuts, colors, waxes, perms, hair treatments, sugaring, eyelash extensions, and shampoo sets. Services for every member. Stop in or call 605-883-HAIR for an appointment with Lori at the Mirror. Call 605-883-HAIR. You can call or text for Kylie, 605-553-1628. That number again for Kylie at the Mirror, 605-553-1628. The Mirror also accepts walk-ins at 35 4th Street Southeast. The Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. And the Mirror bring us our scoreboard updates. Here in Miller, it's a whole lot of rustler, 41-8. They lead Stanley County here at halftime. Other halftime scores, Sanborn Central Woonsocket leading Howard 34-14. Potter County barely in front of Highmore Herald, 28-26. That is a halftime score. Hitchcock, Tulare, and Wilmot will go at it later on. Both are 10-10. It says a 7 o'clock start in Tulare, but we don't have a score to pass along as of yet. DeSmet defeats Esteline Hendricks tonight by a score of 53-29. Parkston leading Trip Delmont Armor 30-16, about 2 minutes shy of the half. Ethan all over Canastota, 46-6 at the break in Ethan. Let's see here. Warner, Northwestern leading Waverly South Shore. Arlington is leading Wolsey Wessington's girls 1-0 with 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Wessington Springs leading Castlewood 6-5 with 3 minutes to play in the first quarter of that one. Jumping over to the AA boys, a final. Oh, we got a girls' final. O'Gorman beat Huron tonight 63-36, so that was a double header, I guess, over there. O'Gorman beats Huron in girls' basketball 63-36 the final in that one. O'Gorman and Huron boys getting ready to lock it up. And, of course, that is our game of the night over on Tiger Radio on 1340 AM, 95.3 FM. Here in Miller, it's a whole lot of Rustler. Miller leads Stanley County in girls basketball at the half, 41-8. We'll send it back to the studios for 2 minutes, come back and break down these individual numbers here in Miller. A 2-minute timeout at the half, a whole lot of Rustler. Miller 41, Stanley County 8. Back in 2 minutes on KOKK.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rocking Z Acres of Wessington provides USDA certified organic, SCI regenerative certified and conventional crop production, balancing biology with fertility. They offer a full line of organic and conventional products for plant nutrition, plant health, and soil biology to help local producers, including amino protein products to stimulate biology and plant hormones, amino-chelated micronutrients, compost extracts derived from local sources, and kelp products. Rocking Z Acres is proud to support Huron and area high school sports.
The certified public accountant firm of Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP can take care of your tax and accounting needs. Income tax preparation, computerized bookkeeping, audit and not audit financial statements, estate planning, just among the services offered by Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson. Wishing the best to the Miller Rustlers, Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP CPA firm of Miller.
American Family Insurance.
This is Crystal Volkwartson, agent at Volkwartson & Associates, Inc. As your American Family Insurance agent in Huron and Miller, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. Call me today at 605-352-4943, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
And welcome back to Miller. The Rustlers on top of Stanley County here at the half. Region 6A semifinal at the half here. Miller 41, Stanley County 8. Take a look at the scoring first of all for Stanley County. Kenzie Hall has the bench basket for the Buffaloes. A couple of the starters have scored as well. Journey Schnee with 2, Addie Deal with 4. Stanley County scored 2 in the first, 6 in the second, 8 in the half. They are without a free throw thus far in this matchup. Miller Rustlers off the bench, 6 points for Madeline Syenga. Madeline is 4 of 4 from the free throw line, also 2 off the bench for Jolie Palmer. All 5 starters scored for the Miller Rustlers, 2 apiece for Paige and Grayson Wordle. Grayson from the free throw line, she's 2 of 2. Paige hit a jumper. Morgan Kolda has hit the game's only 3-pointers. She's got 9 in the first half. She's 2 of 2 from the line. And 10 apiece for Kate Lichty and Aaliyah Schlechter. The Rustlers 21 first quarter points, 20 in the second, 41 points in the half. They are 8 of 8 from the free throw line. And if you're nitpicking and you got to find something they did wrong, I think they turned the ball over in the second quarter. I think. Pretty sure. 41-8, Miller on top here at the break. 2 minutes to the second half, a 2-minute timeout on KOKK.
The next time you're heading through Miller, make a stop at Pump and Pack. Fill up the tank or just top her off. Pump and Pack features gas, premium gas, and diesel too. Head inside for your favorite snacks and drinks. Pump and Pack is the place for hot stuff pizza and hamburgers, breakfast foods, ice cream too. Miller Pump and Pack is proud to feature Bball beef products, including ground beef steaks, jerky, and beef sticks. They're open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Your locally owned and operated C-store. Pump and Pack, 709 North Broadway in Miller.
Are you looking for an easier way to get supplement to your calves? Check out liquid supplements available from Dakota Land Feeds. They have a variety of options available to meet specific needs of your cattle and your operation. All their liquid supplements are made to order when you need them. Liquid supplements are easy to handle and have improved mixability compared to dry feed. Dakota Land Feeds is your only local feed dealer to manufacture liquid supplement right here in South Dakota. Dakota Land Feeds, your local feed source.
Whip Custom Farming can help with all of your crop production needs, from planting to spraying to harvesting to trucking. With over 50 years of experience, Whip Custom Farming is prepared to meet the individual producer's needs, from the entire annual operation to individual per contract jobs. Whip Custom Farming is available to do the complete job or work alongside you and your existing equipment. Find us online or call Trent at 605-350-2867. Whip Custom Farming, looking forward to growing with you.
Action news on the scene. Once again, a craft of some sort has crash landed. I can see movement coming from the craft. Is it the sun? It is. It's confirmed and emerging now. Exactly what we thought. It is the sun. Ty Clark has just emerged from the craft. He's the son of Kent Clark. And yes, they're teaming up like Superman and Boy Wonder. Father and son finally together. Kent Clark Insurance, Wessington. Equal opportunity provider. 458-2281. For your crop insurance needs.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Miller, 41-8. Miller on top. Scoring updates brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. Wilmot leading Hitchcock-Tulare in Tulare 28-19 at the half. Wessington Springs on top of Castlewood 6-5. 3 minutes to play in the first. Arlington leads Wolsey-Wessington 9-0 with 3 minutes to play in the first. Sanborn Central Woonsocket up on Howard 34-14 at the half. And Highmore Herald is on top of Potter County by a basket 32-30. Here in Miller, a much wider margin, 41-8. Miller on top. They'll start with the second half of the basketball. Tiger girls fell tonight to the number one team in the state, Sioux Falls O'Gorman, 63-36. Tiger boys right now taking on O'Gorman's boys. And that's a big game for the Tiger boys. O'Gorman's the 5th rated team in the state. And the Tigers are getting votes but can't break through there. They're 13-5. O'Gorman is 12-6. So should have ourselves what they like to call a ball game tonight on Tiger Radio. Jeff Duffy will have the call there as the Tiger boys at O'Gorman. The Tiger girls fell hard to the top team in the state of South Dakota. Here in Miller, Rustlers had a possession, did not get a basket. Stanley County got a possession. Miller took it away. Kolda, Lichty. Palmer back to Lichty. Wordle, top of the key, right wing back to Kolda. Morgan on the dribble to Grayson Wordle. Paige Wordle inside. Nice pass to cutting Morgan Kolda, and Kolda is good for 2. She's got 11. She leads all scorers in this one. Third Rustler in double figures. Stanley County. Norman in the corner. Cross court. Here's Briggs for 3. No good. Lichty on the board for Miller. Lichty going to leave it for Grayson Wordle. Wordle on the right wing for Schlechter. Schlechter and Kolda, the only 2 seniors for this Rustler squad. And as we mentioned, of course, Kolda became the all-time Miller girls basketball scoring leader earlier this season. Here's Kate Lichty inside, had it knocked away, nearly stolen, but it's taken right back by Wordle. And now Paige on the deck, got tied up by a Buffalo, and a jump ball is called. That'll go to Miller. Wait a minute, shouldn't go to Miller, right? Miller started the second half with the basketball. That means you had the possession arrow. I didn't see any way for them to lose that, but I guess. Kolda's inside. Kolda got the basket and won. Had a little turnaround, just kind of threw it up with some English on it because she didn't think that there was a prayer that it would go in, but it did. And the foul. Addie Deal whistled for her first of the second half. Kolda with a free throw here can get to 14 to lead all scorers. Second free throw, or extra free throw, I should say, is no good, but Stanley County trying to rebound it, has to save it in, and Miller going to get another look. 45-8, Miller on top. 5:10 left here in the third quarter. Palmer inside, or excuse me, Wordle inside to a cutting Aaliyah Schlechter. Schlechter can't finish. Rebound, Stanley County. Deal, going to give it off to Norman. Austin Norman across the timeline, drives down into the right corner. Pass for Deal. Deal can't hit from in close. Rebound, Wordle. Paige Wordle back across midcourt for Miller. On the dribble, looks over to Coach Norton. Page off to Grayson Wordle at the top of the key. Back to Colda on the left side. Colda guarded by Addie Deal, and boy, they are going at it. Somebody's going to get warned or whistled. You write that down somewhere. Here's Morgan Colda for the long two. Colda has all 6 of the Miller points here in the third, 15 in the game. And Miller's lead is 47-8. Nearing the midway point of the third, as I expect this second half will not take long. Miller making some changes. Haley Wordle, Bailey Brueggemann, Jolie Palmer join Madeline Sayenga and Morgan Colda. Here's Colda with the steal. Racing to the other end, cruising in for the layup. Colda's got 8 for the Rustlers here in the quarter, 17 in the game, an 8-0 run by Miller. Well, 8-0 run by Morgan Colda has Miller up 49-8. McGee on the right side. Down in the corner now for Norman. Norman drives baseline. She stepped out of bounds. Turnover to Miller. Clock winding at 3:10. Here's Pugh coming in. Colda will check out. And I got to believe at some point with this sort of lead, those starters will come out and stay out. It might have already happened too. Pugh on the right side has it knocked away by Deal, out of bounds off Stanley County. J.C. Pugh ready to bring it in again for the Rustlers. Remember, stay tuned afterwards. A Gary Zell Auto Glass post-game report. Get you a look at the numbers from this one. Pass along any scores. Speaking of scores, that's brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, and Stanley County having a tough time scoring. Here's a miss inside for McGee. Rebound, Pugh. Here's a pass underneath to Haley Wordle. And Wordle will get her first basket. Here's Addie Deal from the corner. Deal will drive baseline. Lost it on the baseline, and it's just a turnover. Miller will inbound here with 2 minutes to play in the third. Anderberg will come in. She's going to replace Palmer. And yeah, we might have already seen that change where the starters come out and don't come back in. Clock winding, 1:45. It hasn't stopped since the second half started. Here's a foul called on Miller. Bailey Brueggemann, her first. 90 seconds left, third quarter, 51-8. Miller leads. Stanley County off the foul. Austin Norman out near the timeline. Norman on the left wing for Schnee. Schnee going to fire the three. No good. Anderberg on the rebound. Anderberg a pass ahead to Pugh. Pugh back across midcourt, looking inside for Sayenga. Off her hands, but saved in. Nice save, too, by Brueggemann. Brueggemann shot over to Pugh. Pugh tried to give it to Sayenga, but it got her in the face, and now Madeline cannot stop laughing. I guess that's a good problem to have when you get hit in the face. Here's a foul on Sayenga. And we'll go to the free throw line with Stanley County. First free throw is no good. One more here for Kaysen McGee. Second free throw is good. And the Buffaloes on the board in the third, 51-9. Here's Baumberger from 10 feet. That one rattles out. Offensive rebound, though, grabbed by Haley Wordle. Out to Pugh. Out on the right wing now for Bailey Brueggemann. Brueggemann back up top. Haley Wordle. Wordle on the left side for Pugh. Pugh for Syenga. Syenga scoops it up to Anderberg. Kaylin Anderberg looking inside. They lob it inside for Haley Wordle. Ball knocked away and a foul on Miller. Fouls on Haley Wordle. That'll be her first, third on the team. Final seconds of the third. Miller leads 51-9, and they won't even get an inbounds. After 3, Miller 51, Stanley County 9. We're back in a minute with the fourth quarter. 1 minute on KOKK.
Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Hofer and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
The certified public accountant firm of Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP can take care of your tax and accounting needs. Income tax preparation, computerized bookkeeping, audit and not audit financial statements, estate planning, just among the services offered by Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson. Wishing the best to the Miller Rustlers, Coleman, Biersbach, and Anderson LLP CPA firm of Miller.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Miller as the Rustlers start the fourth quarter here, leading 51-9. Wilmot at the half, leading Hitchcock-Tulare at 28-19. Castlewood in front of Wessington Springs, 12-9. 5 minutes to play in the half. Arlington leads Woolsey-Wessington 20-2 after a quarter. Sanborn Central Woonsocket on top of Howard, 50-25. About a minute to play in the third. Highmore Herald pulling away from Potter County. Highmore Herald 48, Potter County 37. About 7 minutes to play in that one. Here's a whistle on Anderberg. Oh, it was nice of them. They decided to stop the clock on free throws here. Addie Deal knocks down the free throw, her first. Stanley County 2 out of 3 from the line. And Buffalo's in double digits with 10 points, 51-10. Miller on top. Second free throw for the sophomore. Airborne, no good. Syenga had the rebound knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. So Miller's lead is 51-10. 7.5 minutes remain in this one. Gary's Auto Glass post-game show coming your way afterwards. Going to look at the numbers, wrap things up here for Miller. Syenga driving down, leaves it on the low block for Pugh. Pugh outside to Anderberg up top. And now back in the right corner to Baumberger. They found Syenga again inside off the window. Madeline Syenga with with 8. And the Rustlers lead 53-10. Ball knocked away. Pugh the steal. Chase the other way for Miller. Bounces it off to Bailey Brueggemann. Brueggemann over to Haley Wordle. Wordle back to Pugh. Pugh looking to give it up. Here comes Syenga to bail her out. Syenga left side, looking inside for Anderberg. Had it go off her hands and out of bounds. Ryan Bothwell, Kenzie Hall, Aspen Lenz all in for Stanley County. Austin Norman, Journey Schnee, Addie Deal all checking out. And that's all of them. The Buffaloes brought 8 kids here tonight. They have a 6'2" senior that found out a week or two ago that her season was over. And just a tough go of it this year. Right wing, here's the 3. No good for Baumberger. For Brueggemann. Rebounded by Stanley County. Well, the Tiger girls fell tonight, 63-36. We'll get you a Tiger boys update whenever that becomes available. Here's a Buffalo 3, no good. Anderberg on the rebound. Anderberg a pass ahead to Haley Wordle. Wordle a pass inside. Bruggeman off the window. No good, but a whistle going to send her to the free throw line. Foul's called on Kenzie Hall. That's her second. We'll go to the line with Bailey Bruggeman. Bruggeman looking for her first points. Miller 8 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. First here's up and good. Bruggeman, the 9th Rustler to score here tonight. Bailey Bruggeman ready for another. This one is on the way. Front iron and no good. Rebounded by Kenzie Hall. 54-10 your score. Miller on top. 5:20 to play. Kenzie Hall trapped on the baseline. And did they get a timeout? They did. 5:14 to play. 54-10. Miller on top here in Miller. We're back in 30 seconds on KOKK.
American Family Insurance.
This is Crystal Volkwartson, agent at Volkwartson & Associates, Inc. As your American Family Insurance agent in Huron and Miller, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. Call me today at 605-352-4943, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Well, the Tiger boys off to a nice start on our Mirror Family Hair Care scoreboard here on 19, O'Gorman 12. That is a boys basketball score. A game of the night over on Tiger Radio. The Tiger girls fell earlier to O'Gorman, 63-36. Again, 6 minutes to play in the first half at O'Gorman here on 19, O'Gorman 12. Boys basketball score there, our game of the night over on Tiger Radio. A bunch of other playoff games going off in girls basketball. We'll pass along those scores courtesy of the Mirror. Here's a 3 on the wing. It's no good, but an offensive rebound for Stanley County. Buffalo's at the top of the key. McGee almost gave it back. And now a whistle, and I think it'll go on Miller.
That was number 32, Haley Wordle.
Be on Haley Wordle. Her second. 4.5 minutes left. Rustlers well on their way to their 17th win. Kenzie Hall. Cross-court a pass for McGee. McGee drives baseline. Back out to Hall. Hall the drive. Knocked away, nearly stolen. Now 2 players on the deck. Miller's going to come away with it. Well, I guess they call the jump ball a little late, but better late than never, as they say. Bailey Bruggeman ready to bring it in. She'll bounce it into J.C. Pugh. Back underway, midway point of the fourth quarter. 4 minutes to play. Here's Pugh for 3. No good. Got her own rebound, though. Hey, let's try it again. It's up and in. J.C. Pugh, the 10th Rustler to score, as she has her first basket. So, again, the winner tonight will get the winner of Cheyenne, Eagle Butte, and Chamberlain. Try to get you an idea on how that one's going. Chamberlain 26, Cheyenne Eagle Butte 18. 4 minutes to play in the third quarter of that one. Out on the right wing, here's a 3. This one is no good for McGee. Rebound tipped all the way out to the top of the key for Madeline Syenga. Syenga going to leave it back for Pugh. So again, Chamberlain up 8 on Cheyenne Eagle Butte. The winners will play at the higher seed on Thursday, and it certainly appears that the Miller Rustlers will be continuing on. 58-10 they lead. Here's a timeout with 3 minutes to play. We'll take a timeout of our own. Back in 60 seconds on KOKK.
The next time you're heading through Miller, make a stop at Pump and Pack. Fill up the tank or just top her off. Pump and Pack features gas, premium gas, and diesel too. Head inside for your favorite snacks and drinks. Pump and Pack is the place for hot stuff pizza and hamburgers, breakfast food, ice cream too. Miller Pump and Pack is proud to feature Bball beef products, including ground beef steaks, jerky, and beef sticks. They're open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Your locally owned and operated C-store. Pump and Pack, 709 North Broadway in Miller.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
Dakota Sports.
Welcome back to Miller. Game of the night over on Tiger Radio. The Tiger Boys, second half of a doubleheader. They're still a 4-point lead on O'Gorman. Here's a Buffalo miss, rebounded by Pugh. Pugh back across the timeline. Miller going to work with 2:40 to play. All over but the final tally here in Miller. Rustlers leading 48-10. Here's a travel on the Buffaloes. Or excuse me, a travel on the Rustlers. Buffaloes will get it back with 2:20 to play. Here's a steal. Ball knocked away. We'll go the other way here with Haley Wordle. Oh, and Wordle can't finish the layup. Rebounded by the Buffaloes. 2 minutes remaining. Gary's Auto Glass post-game show coming your way. There's a shot by McGee, no good. Got her own rebound, but she was falling out of bounds. Saves it in. Syenga comes up with it. Syenga, a long lead pass, tipped around and stolen back by Stanley County. Here's Deal across midcourt. Down in the right corner now for McGee. Back outside, a 3 on the wing is no good for Kiara Briggs. Offensive rebound, though, chased down in the corner by McGee. McGee's pass inside tipped, and Deal will clean it up. Deal's pass into the lane, tipped around, but finally grabbed by Journey Schnee. Schnee backing down, back outside. Here's a 3 on the wing, no good for McGee. Rustlers secure the rebound, and with 1:15 to play, your Gary's Auto Glass postgame report coming your way early tonight as the Rustlers dispatch Cheyenne Eagle Butte. All over but the final tally here in Miller, 58-10 currently. There's a jump ball called, and Cheyenne Eagle Butte will have it. Gary's Auto Glass post-game report coming up. We'll take a look at the numbers from this one. We'll get you any scores to pass along. And, of course, we'll remind you, Jeff Duffy will have all the scores tomorrow morning on 1210 KOKK. He'll also have to keep tabs on Mr. DK Osier on the morning mess. So tune in tomorrow morning here on KOKK. Jeff will have not only the scores from tonight, but he will have the Dakota Sports schedule for Thursday. I was told it is TBA, and he will TBA it tomorrow morning. Here's a miss by Cheyenne Eagle Butte. Pugh on the rebound. All she's got to do is get it across the timeline, and this one can come to a close. Well, but they threw it out of bounds, so Cheyenne Eagle Butte will 5-4-3. I don't even think they're going to have time to inbound it. So your final score here tonight, Miller wins it 58-10. We're back in a minute with 2 minutes with the Gary Zell Auto Glass postgame report. A timeout of 2 minutes on KOKK.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creek feeders from Burns Manufacturing in Wessington. These creek feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creek feeders from Burns Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creek feeder from Burns Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation.
Kaufman Livestock of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes and the Huron Tigers from Kaufman Livestock of Huron.
At Olympic Chevrolet in Huron, count on an experienced staff. Count on a knowledgeable staff. At Olympic Chevrolet, count on a helpful and friendly staff. So whether you're in the market for a brand new vehicle or a used, dependable vehicle, count on the staff at Olympic Chevrolet to help you get the vehicle that best fits your needs. Olympic Chevrolet. Call them at 605-352-6411. See them at 500 4th Street Northeast in Huron, or go online at olympicgmc.com. Drive off the lot today with the vehicle that you've been dreaming about from Olympic Chevrolet.
Gary Zell Auto Glass is a proud supporter of area high school sports and sponsor of the post-game show. Gary and Michael Zell offer mobile glass replacement of windshields, door glass, cars and trucks, even tractor cabs on site. Gary Zell Auto Glass does chip repairs and they process all insurance paperwork. Call 352-0836 or toll free 1-888-852-0355. Gary Zell Auto Glass in Huron. It's time for the post-game report on 1210 KOKK. Brought to you by Gary Zell Auto Glass in Huron. Once again, here's Matt Watson.
Well, thank you, sir, and welcome back to Miller, where the Miller Rustlers jumped out to an early lead and did not look back. After a quarter, Miller led 21-2. They led 41-8 at the half, 51-9 after 3, and they win it going away 58-10, your final score. Stanley County Buffaloes will make the drive home with a final mark of 3 wins and 18 losses. Keely Bracelet and the girls got 2 off the bench tonight, 2 from Kenzie Hall. 3 of the starters scored, a point for Kaysen McGee, 1 of 2 from the line. 2 for Journey Schneid tonight, and Addie Deal would lead them with 5. Deal was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. McGee also 1 of 2 from the line. Stanley County scored 2 in the first, 6 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 10 in the game. They went 2 of 4 from the line. They're led by Addie Deal with 5 points. For Eric Norton and the Rustlers, they got 8, 10, 16, 17 off the bench. A point for Bailey Brueggemann. She was 1 of 2 from the line. 2 apiece for Jolie Palmer and Haley Wordle. 4 off the bench for J.C. Pugh. And Madeline Saenga would lead the bench with 8. Saenga scored in every quarter, went 4 of 4 from the free throw line. All 5 starters scored for Miller, 3 in double figures. 2 apiece for the Wordles, Grayson and Page. Grayson was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Page hit a field goal. 3 more in double figures. Kate Lichty and Aaliyah Schlechter with 10 apiece. They both scored their 10 in the first half. And Morgan Colda leads all scorers with 17. Colda would score 5 in the first, 4 in the second, 8 in the third, and would not play in the fourth. 17 points in the game to lead all scorers. She's 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Miller scores 21 in the first, 20 in the second, 10 in the third, 7 in the fourth, 58 in the game. They go 9 of 11 from the free throw line. They go to 17-4, and they will host here Thursday regardless of who wins, as they are the highest seed left. Cheyenne, Eagle Butte, and Chamberlain going at it for the right to play Miller here Thursday night in Miller. We'll find out who's at least ahead of that one. I don't think we'll have a final quite yet. But after a 2-minute timeout, we'll come back with your scoreboard update. Scoreboards, of course, brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care downtown Huron. You're listening to the Gary Zell Auto Glass post-game show as Miller defeats Stanley County here tonight by the score of 58-10. More Gary Zell Auto Glass post-game report after a timeout of 2 minutes on KOKK.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Dairy Queen's ice cream, of course. Get your favorite cool treats at Dairy Queen of Huron. Get a chocolate-dipped cone, a dilly bar, hot fudge sundae, or their famous DQ blizzards. And for parties, anniversaries, or any occasion, order a DQ cake, a Treats a pizza, or a DQ blizzard cake. Dairy Queen of Huron is open every day of the week. Drive up, carry out, or dine in. Dairy Queen of Huron. Hot eats and cool treats.
Hi, I am Tyson Lean. As a college wrestler, I push my body to the limit every day. But after a few injuries, I started to feel like I wasn't performing at my best. That's when I turned to Carr Chiropractic and their team of experts. Through a combination of adjustments, rehab, and natural supplements, I was able to recover faster, reduce my pain, and improve my overall performance on the mat. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to improve your health, I highly recommend giving Carr Chiropractic a try.
With Custom Farming can help with all of your crop production needs from planting to spraying to harvesting to trucking. With over 50 years of experience, With Custom Farming is prepared to meet the individual producer's needs from the entire annual operation to individual per contract jobs. With Custom Farming is available to do the complete job or work alongside you and your existing equipment. Find us online or call Trent at 605-350-2867. With Custom Farming, looking forward to growing with you.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Dakota Sports is committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
And welcome back to Miller. Rustlers win it by the final of 58-10. Gary Zell Auto Glass bringing us our post-game report. The Mirror Family Hair Care brings us our scoreboard updates, and we'll wrap up your scoreboard here. The Mirror Family Hair Care is located at 35 4th Street Southeast, downtown Huron. The Mirror does accept walk-ins, and they provide services for every member of your family. Cuts, colors, waxes, perms, hair treatment, sugaring, eyelash extension, shampoo sets. Stop in 35 4th Street Southeast, downtown Huron, or you can call for appointments for an appointment with Lori at the Mirror. Call 605-883-HAIR. That's 605-883-HAIR for an appointment with Lori at the Mirror. For Kylie, you can call or text 605-553-1628. Again, 605-553-1628. For Kylie, the Mirror Family Hair Care, 35 4th Street Southeast, downtown Huron. Well, our first score, of course, Miller wins over Stanley County tonight by the final of 58-10. Other games that have gone final, Sanborn Central Woonsocket beats Howard tonight, 62-32. Highmore Herald runs away from Potter County by the final of 61-49. And the Tiger Girls fall tonight to the number one team in girls basketball in South Dakota in Bball, 63-36. The final, Huron gets beat by O'Gorman. Game still underway. Hitchcock, Tulare, and Wilmot are tied with 4 minutes to play, tied at 39 apiece in Tulare. Castlewood is ahead of Wessington Springs at the half, 23-16. Arlington leads Wolsey Wessington at the half, 29-11. See if we can get you a boys basketball matchup. I know we had the Huron Tigers tonight, and it looks like at the half, O'Gorman has regained the lead. At the half, in our game of the night over on Tiger Radio, O'Gorman 28, Huron 27. And that is a full check of the scoreboard. Scoreboard updates here on KOKK are brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. So you got time to jump on over and check out some Tiger boys basketball as they got a tight one brewing at O'Gorman. It's our game of the night over on Tiger Radio on 1340 AM and 95.3 FM, KIJV. One more time out here. I need 30 seconds to make sure I got this score right. I need 30 seconds, and we'll wrap things up for Miller. 30 seconds on KOKK.
Rocking Z Acres of Wessington provides USDA certified organic, SCI regenerative certified and conventional crop production, balancing biology with fertility. They offer a full line of organic and conventional products for plant nutrition, plant health, and soil biology to help local producers, including amino protein products to stimulate biology and plant hormones, amino-chelated micronutrients, compost extracts derived from local sources, and kelp products. Rocking Z Acres is proud to support Huron and area high school sports.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Well, a few people to thank tonight. Stanley County Buffalo head coach Keely Braceland, Miller Rustler head coach Eric Norton, of course the Miller School District for having a spot for us to sit here. We want to thank you, the listener, for tuning in. I think we got Amanda back at the studio. Great job tonight. Also want to, of course, thank our sponsors, which we will do the balance of in our post-game billboard. A special thanks to our post-game report sponsor, Gary Zell Auto Glass. Also a special thanks to the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, and a special thanks to the Mirror Family Hair Care. for bringing us scoreboard updates. The scoreboard continues over on Tiger Radio. Jeff's got the call as the Tiger boys are at O'Gorman. Tiger girls lost big, 63-36. The boys in a 1-point game as the second half is just underway or just getting underway here momentarily over on Tiger Radio on 1340 AM, 95.3 FM. KIJV. That is going to just about do it. Make sure to tune in tomorrow morning. Jeff Duffy will have all the scores, all the information here from not only from this game tonight, but all those other Class B playoff games. He'll have the Tiger wrap-up, and he'll have the Dakota Sports schedule, as I know he's got me somewhere on Thursday. It could be right back here, right? Because Miller moves on and hosts Thursday night. But you tune in tomorrow morning. Jeff Duffy will have the call. He'll get you all the information. He'll have and again, that Dakota Sports schedule. So again, your final here tonight, Miller 58, Stanley County 10. Rustlers move on in the 6A region playoffs with a mark of 17 wins and 4 losses. Tune in tomorrow morning. Jeff will have the scores, and he'll have a look at that Dakota Sports schedule. This has been a presentation of Dakota Sports on 1210 AM KOKK, committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
Thanks for listening to exciting high school sports. We are Dakota Sports on KOKK. Tonight's coverage has been brought to you by
Area sports sponsors are Kent Clark Insurance, Huron Regional Medical Center, Whiff Farms, Slumberland Furniture, 6B Seed and Supplies in Alpena, Burns Manufacturing in Wessington, Olympic Motors, Dairy Queen in Huron, Car Chiropractic in Huron, Brian Davidson State Farm Insurance, Rocking Z Acres, Dakota Land Feeds, and Kaufman Livestock. As I mentioned, South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection brings us the reading of the officials. Gary Zell Auto Glass, our post-game report sponsor, and the Mira Family Hair Care brings us scoreboard updates. Miller sponsors Coleman Biersbach and Anderson CPA, American Family Insurance of Miller and Huron, and Miller Pump and Pack. The Miller Rustler girls win easy tonight, 58-10 the final. They're back here Thursday night to host the winner of Cheyenne, Eagle Butte, and Chamberlain. Jeff Duffy will have all the scores tomorrow and a look at that Dakota Sports schedule. For now, hop on over to Tiger Radio. The Tiger boys in a tight one at O'Gorman. The final tonight, not quite the opposite. Miller 58, Stanley County 10. For Amanda back in the studio, for our sports director, Jeff Duffy, and for everybody at Dakota Sports, this is Matt Watson saying good night, everybody.